Let's lock in on this, y'all. See what I'm saying? I do this every episode. I just ain't gonna take this one out. I just got to take it. Yes, yes.
This the red print. I learned what I knew from coming off of the bench. It had a foul stench. My cuz was a blood and my brother repent. My cuz was a blood and my brother repent. This the red print. I may be a man, but I started a wimp. Like where the time went. I thought I was thug, but no longer convinced. I thought I was thug, but no longer convinced. This the red print. Locally, I'm trying to be Hope, X to the next prince. Vocally, it seems I'm the only one make the most sense. Whenever I speak, it's so tense. Man, you can feel it make your bones dense. Instead of hurts, many chose wentz. Basically, no bench. You gotta start to finish the race. I didn't start at the beginning, but back in the place. Not trying to be the first, though. I'm at my own pace. The marathon keep going, won't fall on my face. And if I do get back up and start a new race, like I've done before. Remember I won before, but I was fucking with the devil, that unfaithful whore. Got what she came for, then was out the door. Just cause you don't see bloodshed don't mean I ain't at war. I work 7 days straight and still somehow I'm poor, but still gonna show you how to save up and buy a store.
Hola! Yes. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Montana. You are now tuned in the Real Rap Pod. Y'all see me all of the time. But like always, I'm never here by myself, man. Who I'm here with today? Let it be known, man.
Hula. Joe Grizz the General, man.
All right, what's up, Joe, man? How you doing, brother?
That's good, man. Salute.
Tell him. I bet. So for me, you can set the mic up however you need it to be. You see what I'm
As long as
saying?
they can hear me, I got a deep voice, so.
See what I'm saying? You can move the whole shit back if need be. We chilling. See what I'm saying? Just having a regular convo. The setup a little bit different, y'all. We not in the white chairs and shit. This a little bit more chill vibe. We got the couch and shit going on. See what I'm saying? This thorough. It's a little different, but it's cool though. You see what I'm saying? We having a great conversation today. I got a great guest, but like always, Joe, we always got to start off with, where are you from? Let it be known. Where you from, man?
So where I'm from, I like to say I'm from Norwalk, Connecticut, and Bridgeport, Connecticut. You know, it's always been like a debate just because when I end up getting to a certain age and moving, and I even on my new where we could get into it, but one of my new records called JoJo, a name that, you know, my pops used to call me as a kid. I speak on that, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I done put in pain and been through the struggle in both of them cities. So I don't like to take away from either one because I became who I am in both of them cities.
All right. So you were saying you was born in Norwalk?
Yeah. So I was born in Norwalk. I moved to Bridgeport around the 8th grade.
Okay.
I always had family in Bridgeport, so I was just popping up to Bridgeport. But I moved to Bridgeport in 8th grade, and then, you know, ended up going to high school out here, and I've been in Bridgeport ever since.
Okay.
So, you know, with my age, I've lived in Bridgeport way longer than Norwalk. South Norwalk at that. I like to say South Norwalk because it's when you cross that bridge in South Norwalk, it's different vibe than Tim just saying you from Norwalk. Yeah.
All right. So what was Norwalk like for you, and then what was Bridgeport like? Walk us through both.
So Norwalk, South Norwalk for me, you know, I lived in the projects.
Tight.
You know what I'm saying? D Block, Washington Village, you know, the D Block, that's Day Street, in South Norwalk. So, you know, it was the typical up north, northeast project, you know, a bunch of buildings, you know, tight proximity to your neighbors. Everybody kind of looked out for each other, and that was our own little islands where we didn't even have to go to West Norwalk or nothing. Like, you know, you had everybody, hundreds of people in that projects, and then maybe another project a couple blocks away. So just some street vibes, you know what I'm saying? No different than when I moved to Bridgeport. The only difference of Bridgeport, you know, basically my family, my mom and pops, we went from housing in South North to a house on the north end. But you know, being by that age, I'm like 12 or 13, so that the energy I got is still the street. So even though we was in a house on the north end, we was like 3 blocks away from the terrace. My grandfather lived in the terrace, so we wasn't used to just being in our house. Me and my brother put our dog Tyson, rest in peace Tyson, put him on a leash and walked to the terrace. And from the terrace, long live like DY, salute my homie Lex Bubble, Sholey. Like that's when I started vibing with them because we in the same age bracket. And then we was going to Central together. So being in the terrace, it's a project as well.
Facts. For those who don't know, that's
it's a project as well. I don't really know. The street is longer than the project I came from, but it might be still the same buildings. It's just where I'm from in D Block in South North is more like the buildings is mad tight and then
closer to each other.
Yeah, the terrace is that long strip. The difference I viewed from North and Bridgeport though when it came to the street stuff, and a lot of people I got in a lot of issues in Norwalk and Stanford was known for fighting. We grew up fighting. I mean, people was doing the murder game that was older than us, but when you came up in North, you came up with your hands. When I moved to Bridgeport,
niggas wasn't doing all
that. Niggas wasn't doing that.
Yeah, word.
So with that, I kind of took that
and brought it
and
to
went back to North with it. Me and a few of my homies, because like a few of us end up moving from North to Bridgeport at the same time.
Type.
We just like I'm on the North, my homie Ice was on the West and PT. I had my people DC was down in the Marina, so Norwalk was present early 2000s, late 90s in Norwalk heavy, and I mean in Bridgeport heavy, and the mind state and just being around the people in the terrace, being around, I had family in the Greens, family on the East End, being around them, I took that shoot 'em up game to Norwalk, and a lot of shit took place. Like I ain't trying to be here saying I'm Soldier Boy, but I know at that age group, statute of limitations up, but I was one of them dudes. And it's already out there. It's articles and the boys, the police speak on that. I ain't even gotta speak on that, but I was one of them dudes that came out there and was on a different level when niggas was trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? And that was that. And I ain't saying that to glorify it, but being even like off the record when me and you had spoke, and I know you younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So the history I'm giving might be elementary to you, like when you was probably in elementary. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been out off the porch a long time, so I just like to give that out there because even in Bridgeport, what was going on in Bridgeport, I know how it was 20 years ago,
back then,
and it was different as far as certain hoods was together, and now they.
So that's what I was gonna say. So like when you first came to Bridgeport from Norwalk, like all the niggas that done went to Bridgeport with you, y'all was cool in Norwalk. Y'all from the same block?
Nah. Like my homie Ice, he from 261. He from RC. It's still South Norwalk though.
Type, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from D Block, Washington Village, but the projects is still South Norwalk. But I think I was one of the only ones from my projects that moved to Bridgeport at that time. But just like when I was in prison, just like prison, if a Norwalk or Bridgeport, Stanford niggas go up the way, we might be in a whole tier with Hartford. So fuck you being from Bridgeport.
Anyway.
Yeah, you just like,
sure.
I'm from Fairfield County. Like I'm from down bottom. I'm from the south, like south of the state. So it was the same thing. Like coming to Bridgeport, literally I'll be at Central and I was at that time I was deeply in that gang shit. So like the other side, the ops as they say now, would be on. When I was on the bus, I was the only one affiliated with what I'm affiliated with. So I'd be like, damn, I get on the bus a couple times, I'm getting jumped. One time I had to call my brother to meet me when we got to the bottom of the Chopsy Hill just so he could bring the dog, and we fought like 10 niggas. So what I do now, I would call once again, I'll call Ice. My boy Ice will walk from Bassett just to meet me at Central because he know it might get down. And I would do the same thing. Walk to, you know what I'm saying? Because we had to protect each other because the stigma at that time was, you from the whack. Or certain people just felt like we was soft.
So you was trying to bang that Norwalk shit out in Bridgeport.
Well, no, I'm gang affiliated. So Blood, Norwalk, Bridgeport, Stanford, New York, it's all the same shit. But yeah, it didn't matter where I was at. I didn't transfer to Bridgeport, and now I'm like acting like I'm not affiliated. Niggas knew what I was, so as soon as they know, and at the time in Central, it was either Norwalk, like somebody, if they didn't say Grits, they would say Norwalk or Joe Blood. Because at that time, all I wore was red. I ain't start wearing different colors till after prison. Parole officer said I can't wear red. So at that time, I didn't have to say nothing. It's like the boys in blue at that time, they just do red, so they trying to bang on me. You feel me? That's just how it was. Like, you feel me? Yeah.
So at that time, you in Birchwood now. Your homies is like all spread out throughout the city and shit
Yeah.
like that, but y'all still protecting each other.
Yeah, 100%.
Y'all all like with the same community, like y'all
As
all
far as the
blood?
affiliation, nah. Like my homie Ice and DC, nah, they wasn't affiliated. Well, so what happened was to go back to Norwalk, and you know, I was a big at the time WWF fan, WWE. So my hood was mostly blood, most affiliated with blood. At the time, 261 RC was mostly affiliated with their own shit called Black Mob.
Okay.
So when we had beef with other hoods in Norwalk, and it's wow, they put it in the newspaper. You could Google it. It says Gangs of Norwalk. We was at it was like a movie. We was at a party, and we was at at tables. So my hood here, his hood here, the ops. At the time, I wasn't even rocking with the niggas I rock with, because it was just everybody for themselves. But we kind of did some meeting, like, yo, we basically got the same ops.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? So we joined, and when we joined each other, we called it Wolf Pack.
Okay.
Like NWO, red and black, because we wore red, them niggas wore black. And that formulated where even to this day, niggas from 261 from RC, most of them is even closer than the niggas that's tatted from my projects, like, you know what I'm saying? Just cause that's how shit went from the streets to the penitentiary.
Over time, basically.
Yeah.
So like, how old was you when you first got jammed up? You were saying.
With the prison shit.
Yeah.
I've been getting arrested since I was like 12 or 13, but I was the only one. You know, I don't come up here in front because my mom might watch this shit. I had a 2-parent home. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things as a man now, I look back and be like, damn, I could have swerved a different way. I had a 2-parent home. Even though we was in the projects, motherfucker come in my apartment and be like, this nigga rich. Like, mom, my parents is foreigners, both from Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So they played different. And I think that's even why me and my brother kind of went left, because we was, just in the projects. But when I was getting arrested young, my mom always got us out. Boom, 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 we was getting out. But then when I caught my cases at 17 and 18, that's when I finally did the straight up the way bid. Like, so, and it's wild, all my homies was Long Lane, NY, the youth bids. I never did that. I'm writing jail letters to them. I didn't know what prison was like. So my first bid, my only bid, because I ain't never go back after that, was, 17, 18 years old. Yeah.
And then how long you had to do when you was in there?
I end up doing, so I end up getting sentenced to 14 years. You know what I'm saying? So basically I was going to trial, and when I went to trial, I was charged for conspiracy to attempted murder, because one of the dudes that ratted on me, he got charged for attempted murder for shooting at somebody, and then he told him I gave him the gun. So they gave me that conspiracy. Then I caught back-to-back robbery charges, and then I had a crack charge, a possession charge. So from that,
they was trying to run that continuous.
Yeah, they was trying to throw the book at me. So I'm 18 years old at the time, and it's like I was about to pick the jury. And at that time, mom wasn't fucking with me like that, because she was mad, because I was also going to school. So she was just mad. I'm fucking up my life and shit. My pops and my brother was in court. The public defender, which now we'll get into me being doing paralegal work and shit. But public defender, like, yo, if you lose, you getting 60, 70, 8, all this. And
football numbers.
And I'm 17, 18, never really been in a court system like that. Everything was youthful, he straight do probation or whatever. So when he said that, then they was like, yo, we'll do a deal. You take 14 years, suspended after 4, and you come home and have them 10 years special parole.
Okay.
Nigga.
Took the ASAP.
I look back at my pops and my brother, and they was like, yo, take that shit. Yeah. And we could get into it later. With my mentality now, I wouldn't have took it. But that's only because I learned the law now. But anyways, I end up taking it. I did 4 years straight. I didn't come home on parole because once I went in there, I got a bunch of gang tats. I was kind of ignorant then. I used to have a chain that said the general. It was red. You know what I'm saying? And it said the general. Gold chain had the red pendant. And then my subset that I was repping was called PCC. You know the North Ave is called BCC.
Or
So when you get the little sweatshirts, the B was faded. So when I was locked up, I took a pen and I marked it in so it looked like a P. So when I went in front of the judge, it said PCC. So all my homies in the crowd, you know, they loving that shit. Like, look at this nigga, ruthless.
even
When I
in
got
jail,
in front
what
of
it
that,
does?
when I got in front of that judge, though,
She wasn't fucking with
the
it.
prosecutor was like,
Yeah.
he laughing at us, like he representing his gang in front of them. So you know that jammed me up. They wrote their notes. As soon as I got to North Ave, and by the time I got up the way, gang block. First time I went to gang block, I beat they give you like a little trial. I beat it because I wrote my brother. I'm like, yo, send all the music articles up to show like Rockefeller and G Unit and Dipset, showing that it's my group. It ain't a gang. You know, I'm just trying to, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying
trying to do
anything.
anything to get out of the situation,
and
for
I
sure,
beat
for
it.
sure.
I did beat it at that time because, you know, G Unit, that's a record, you know, Rockefeller. So I beat it, but then I got in a fight while I was in prison, and then they really threw me in the gang block, and I was in the gang block till I discharged in 08.
So the people that's watching and me listening right now, they hear you say G Unit right now.
Yeah.
So you was cool with G Unit, like you ran with them niggas. Or
Oh,
that's
no.
above us?
I
Just
was
to clarify.
Yeah. Let me clarify. No, I was using them as a reference to show how G Unit, Dipset, Rockefeller, State Property at that time was rap groups. But I was basically letting the prison yard know that when they see the certain shit from me, like, nah, that's not a gang, that's my rap shit. Because I was rapping at the time. Before I went to prison, I already put out a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like a CD at the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was just using. My brother sent articles from like the Source magazine to show the prison yard, like, look, he's a rapper, and the shit that he's writing in his letters is this. He's not a gang affiliated.
Okay.
So they bought that bullet, and then they let me out. But then, like I said, I got tattoos on me that's gang affiliated. You know, I'm fighting in prison with the same dudes that I was fighting in the streets
Outside,
with over, you know,
little dumb shit.
over dumb shit.
Word.
So then I end up going to Osborne, which is a gang block. I was there. I met a lot of people that I deal with now in there because it was, you know, Hartford in there, Waterbury, all over. And then I end up going to Northern, and that's the level 5.
Okay.
Showering with your, I'm showering
With the shackles on.
with the
still.
shackles on.
Yeah.
And you know, we could get into it, but that I would say that prison changed my life because that was torture. You know what I'm saying? And I helped get that prison closed when I got out of prison. I'm one of the people that fought for that prison to close. So yeah.
And that's later on in the bed.
Yeah. Oh, what,
That's
to
like
get
your
it closed?
4th year.
Oh, no, I ended up getting it closed after I got out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you went to that prison while you was
Oh,
serving your time. Like that was like your 4th
at the
year.
end, yeah,
Like right around.
about my 3.5 to the 4th year getting out, yeah.
And then they kept moving you up to maximums because you was really boxing.
Yeah. And I'm talking about, you know, salute. You know, I love giving shout out, especially my homies that rock with me. And I don't really rock with guys like how I used to. Like I'm a, you know, Sunday I'll be 40 years old. So, you know, it's like
Happy early birthday.
appreciate that. Appreciate it. It's a blessing because long live my homie Grade A and a few others. They died at 20 and 18. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when I was in there, I'm talking about 19 years old. I'm fighting 35-year-olds in there. I gotta salute my homie Cotton because, you know, I took a couple L's in there. I'm not going, like I said, I don't come up here to try to be no heroic and super thug or nothing. Like I took L's in there. I got jumped by a whole gang up in Hartford. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like 7-8 people in the rec room. Like, you know what I'm saying? On Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you was tight.
Yeah.
You was
Like,
tight, yeah.
and I, you know, and I, you know, I remember people in the tier, you know, the homies, cause this in the gang block, and they like the older, you know, homies that was Blood or Latin King or whatever. They telling me, yo, stop going to the rec yard with your shower shoes on, with your slides and shit. But me, I'm 19, 20 years old, ignorant, don't give a fuck. I'm like, niggas ain't doing nothing, cause my homie in that cell, we this and that. I went out there and the niggas set it on me, and I got in a big ass brawl with them niggas. maced up by the guards and all that. And after that fight, that's when I ended up going to Northern. But that was in the gang block at Osborne. Like they got little gang units and most of the
prisons.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. All right. So overall, we could like clearly say it was a tough time in prison. Even though you got out, you made it through. Obviously.
Yeah.
But it was like some ups and downs in there.
It's the reason I'm out, man. Like I'm it's a catch-22. I'm grateful for going to those type of prisons, to the level 5s, because a lot of my homies went to the level 2s, and that's like a dorm. It's like college. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near like college. You got your bunkies all over the place. You could go and play cards and all that. And those the dudes that come home after a 2-year drug bid
and
go right back in. Because it's like, yo, I could do that. It ain't nothing. Nah, where I was at, it was torture. It was dirty. Like, you got to understand, I was in a cell where, like, they put me in a cell after somebody died. Blood still on the bunks, dried up blood. They don't give a fuck in there. So, you know, being in a nasty place like that and feeling that torture, feeling like you in, you know, I don't know, a jail in South Africa or something, you don't want to go back in there. And then a lot of people shitted on me while I was in there. So that also made me say I don't want to go back. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about like the guards?
No, I mean like family. Like my homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some of them I talk to, some of them I don't. But I went in. I was the first one that really went in from my little gang shit. And them niggas blew up on some BMF shit. And niggas just did their thing out here and just... Yeah. A few niggas wrote me and shit, you know, long live Grade A. Few niggas I called, you know what I'm saying? But other than my whole bid, it was really my grandma, my baby buzzin' Tashida, who's now she's a lawyer. Like, she was in college at the time. I could keep writing her. She putting me on with her homegirls in college. She going to Howard and all that.
Oh, she being thorough.
Yeah. I love her to this day. Even with if we get into the paralegal work, it's because of her that I started to learn the law. But everybody else shitted on me. My brother, he was still in the streets. He would take, you know, calls and things like that. But I didn't even want to mix our calls together because I know he was on his, you know, he was still in the streets.
Yeah,
but
you didn't want to get him caught up.
Yeah, but everybody else shitted on me. And then tough love, my mom only came to see me one time. You
feel me? 4 years?
One time. She, you know, I would talk to my grandmother, which, you know, rest her soul, never meet Arlene. I would talk to her, and that's her daughter. She would tell her I'm good, and that was it. My pops would come and see me because, you know, his brothers, long live my dad, a triplet. His 2 brothers was in and out of prison my whole life. You feel me? So, yeah.
So you mentioned earlier that you had a mixtape out prior to you even going to jail. So when did like you start making music? Like when was that introduced to you?
Man, I started making music like 8, 9 years old.
Okay.
And when I say make music, I ain't talking about just trying to rap. I'm talking about recording the shit. And then you gotta think 8, 9 years old. We talking early 90s. So my older brother and my big buzzin' Flip. They was rapping, and they inspired me. But at this time, like I said, this early 90s, we didn't have these studios like everybody just got studios. So my Buzzin' Flip, he had a studio in my aunt's basement.
Okay.
And, well, when I was home with my brother, we would take the boombox, put tissue in the cassette, put the record button on, and rap through the speaker.
Through like the little...
Okay. And we would record over like, I'm Jamaican, so over my mom, like reggae, it'd be like Shabba Ranks album or something, and we record over and get our ass whooping shit. But when I went to my aunt's house, my Buzzin' Flip and my brother, they was in the streets. So they would record music. I come in there, do my little bullshit rap, and they'll kick me out all the time, kick me out. As soon as they hit the block though,
you sneaking back in there.
Go right in there, cause my aunt, you know, she with my peoples and shit. Her daughter upstairs, they do whatever. I go in there and I record, and I would like record. They'll get mad, you know, fuck me up and shit. And then I start doing it at my brother friend Froggy, Salute Froggy, doing at his spot too. But when I was doing it, my homie at the time, well, he's still my homie, but my right hand friend at the time, Little Bacon, Joe Grits and Little Bacon. We used to do like back and forths like Jadakiss and Styles P. But the difference is we used to rap about food.
Okay.
And we was ill with it.
Grits and Big, y'all did that on purpose.
Yeah, Breakfast Club shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clown, you know, I always had sense of humor, so. But the hood, the projects love that shit. They like, these niggas is nice. Like, we really was nice and knew what we was doing. So, as the years got on, now my brother and my Buzz and Flip letting me in the studio. So now I'm recording with them. And then my Buzz and Flip end up going to prison. My brother ended up moving to New Jersey with his shorty. And I recorded this mixtape called Out on Bail. And the shit just went viral. This is early 2000s. When I say viral, early 2000s, I'm talking about how it is today. Fox 5 put that shit on the news.
Oh, word?
Because, like I said, I ain't trying to be the soldier boy, but what you view the Chicago rappers do, what we've seen the Chicago rappers do, what we've seen, rest in peace, like a Fulio do, I was doing that early 2000s.
Okay.
And this is stuff you could YouTube. So, Google. So what I would do is, I was keeping it gangster. We let off shots on the other side of town. I go to the studio and be like, ba 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 da 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 ba da. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about this shit. You literally just
Talk about this shit, literally doing. Me and the homies, whatever the case may be. So when I was doing that, at that time, that's the first. All the dudes that's rapping in the hood is and I love Wu-Tang and Nas and people like that, but they lyrical and all that.
And all
But this young dude, Joe Grits, he talking about like, yo, Boom Boom got shot and they did the drive by this and so the streets was loving this shit because it was like different, like, you know, because I was, you know, saying what I was saying, this and the other side and all that. So from that, when I recorded it, this is CD era. This ain't streaming, so I couldn't just put it online and go viral. I literally burned some copies, sold some copies on the block, like hustling. Then I got locked up for the shit I was talking about. And that 2 years, my shit just
went crazy.
Went wild. I missed the energy.
You wasn't outside for anything.
Nah, but I'm talking about the police riding, bumping my shit.
Yeah.
Everybody, so the police, and it's wild. The chief of the police in Norwalk is the mayor of Norwalk right now.
Okay.
They was trying to decipher what I was saying. Like, yo, who got shot? Who shot this person? But you know, I'm at the end of the day, even with my raps now, I'm not a subliminally speak where obviously you from the hood, you gonna understand it and know like, oh, he getting at these niggas and this and that. But they was never able to decipher nothing. Like, you feel me? But yeah, the shit went wild. Like, this is shit, niggas watching this. If you watching the shit, Google the shit yourself.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? The articles is there. And like I said, I don't do that to glorify it. I actually try to educate the young dudes now. Like, look what happened to me. I was fortunate to do it at a time where it was so fresh. The police ain't really jammed me up like how we view Young Thug and YFN and Dirk. Like the way, like I would have got jammed up with
Just
them
like
songs
them
now.
Yeah.
Hell, absolutely. Like, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And then, it's, you know, that's the way I view the young dudes now. It's a form of dry snitching. Other people get jammed up. Like, other people, nobody got jammed up in my shit. You know what I'm saying? Only person that got jammed up was me.
You. Yeah.
I was the only one that they started using the shit against. Like, we investigating and check him on shit. But nobody did a big, because a lot of, you know, when niggas do diss me now in records or records like in the last 10 years, they try to say that, like, try to make it seem like, oh, you dry snitched on your whole hood, and nobody never went down for no shit out there. Ain't a soul paperwork, none of that shit.
And they not on nothing, you basically.
Yeah, nah, definitely not.
Yes. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Montana, and this podcast is brought to you by Namella Rolling Papers. Matter of fact, Daquan, and the Grabber too.
And the Grabber
Let's
too.
not forget, Daquan, tell him, man. Tell him, brother.
If you're looking for a premium rolling experience, look no further than Namella Planet Rolling Papers. You get the rolling tray, you get the Grabber, everything you need to roll up as fast as possible, as conveniently as possible. Feel me?
Easy.
Y'all tap in.
Everything you need, right there. Namella Rolling Papers. How can they get their hands on some?
You can catch them at namellaplanet.com/shop. Get them online. Get them shipped straight to your house.
Yup.
You can holler at me personally. Send a message to my DM. I'll pull up to where you are with the Namella Papers in hand. And then you got a couple stores in them in New Haven. You got Hamden Smoke Shop, and you got Time Tell Smoke Shop. You got Puff City in West Haven. A couple other stores might still have them. Y'all stay tuned.
Yes. Yo, Namella Rolling Papers. the Mela Grabba, all that. Y'all make sure y'all get your hands on.